a tale of two economies. The United States and China, as global economic powerhouses, have adopted markedly different approaches to market access and competition. While the US is often perceived as the epitome of free market capitalism, its policies in specific sectors demonstrate a trend toward protectionism. Conversely, China, despite its state-controlled economic framework, has embraced significant openness to foreign products in many industries, benefiting its consumers. In China, consumers enjoy access to a diverse array of foreign goods, including popular American brands such as Apple, Tesla, Nike, and Starbucks. Apple has become a dominant player in the Chinese smartphone market, with its iPhones widely available and coveted for their premium quality and brand prestige. Similarly, Tesla has leveraged China's burgeoning electric vehicle (EV) market by establishing a gigafactory in Shanghai, where it produces vehicles not only for local consumption but also for export to other countries. China's openness extends beyond American products. European luxury brands, Japanese electronics, and South Korean appliances are all readily available to Chinese consumers. This diverse market provides a level of choice that fosters competition among foreign and domestic brands alike. In stark contrast, American consumers face restricted access to several high-profile Chinese products. Huawei, the global leader in telecommunications and a major player in the smartphone industry, is effectively banned in the US. Similarly, Chinese EV brands like BYD, NIO, and XPeng, which offer affordable and innovative vehicles, remain completely absent from the US market. This lack of access deprives American consumers of competitive options in industries where price and innovation are critical. For example, BYD, the world's largest EV manufacturer by sales volume in 2022, offers vehicles in China starting at around $15,000. In the US, where Tesla dominates the market, the average price of an EV exceeds $66,000. This disparity highlights the consequences of limited competition in the American market, where fewer options result in higher prices for consumers. China's openness to competition in its domestic market has led to significant benefits for consumers. The presence of both domestic and international brands fosters an environment where companies must innovate continuously and offer competitive pricing to maintain market share. This dynamic creates a win-win situation for consumers who benefit from better products at lower prices. Smartphones, a highly competitive market. In China, the smartphone market exemplifies the benefits of competition. Consumers can choose from a wide range of brands including Apple, Samsung, Xiaomi, Oppo, and Huawei. These companies engage in fierce competition, driving innovation and ensuring that smartphones are available at various price points to cater to different income levels. For instance, while Apple continues to target the high-end market, Xiaomi and Oppo focus on mid-range and budget segments, offering feature-rich devices at affordable prices. In contrast, the US smartphone market lacks comparable diversity. With Huawei banned and other Chinese brands like Xiaomi and Oppo largely absent, consumers have fewer choices. As a result, the market is dominated by Apple and Samsung, which collectively control over 80% of the US market. This duopoly limits price competition and innovation, leading to higher costs for American consumers. Electric vehicles, a case study in market openness. China's EV market is another example of how competition benefits consumers. The Chinese government has actively encouraged the development of its domestic EV industry, while allowing foreign players like Tesla to enter the market. This approach has created a vibrant and diverse market where consumers can choose from dozens of EV models, ranging from budget-friendly options to luxury vehicles. BYD, NIO, and XPeng are among the domestic manufacturers that have thrived in this environment. BYD's affordable models, such as the Dolphin, start at approximately $15,000, making EV ownership accessible to a broad segment of the population. Tesla's Model 3, produced locally in China, is priced competitively as well, thanks to reduced production costs at its Shanghai factory. In the US, however, the lack of Chinese competition in the EV market means that prices remain high. Tesla dominates the market, with its Model 3 starting at $40,000, nearly 3 times the price of BYD's entry-level EVs in China. This lack of affordability has slowed the adoption of EVs in the US, undermining efforts to reduce carbon emissions and transition to sustainable transportation. Economic implications of market openness. The differing levels of market openness in China and the US have broader economic implications that extend beyond consumer choice and pricing. By inviting foreign competition, China has not only enhanced its domestic market, but also strengthened its industries on a global scale. In contrast, the US's restrictive policies in certain sectors risk stifling innovation and limiting economic growth. Leveraging competition for growth. China's willingness to embrace foreign competition has forced its domestic companies to innovate and improve. In the smartphone industry, for example, Huawei, Xiaomi and Oppo have risen to become global leaders by competing directly with international giants like Apple and Samsung. These companies have leveraged their success at home to expand into international markets, collectively accounting for over 60% of global smartphone shipments in 2023. Similarly, in the EV sector, China's domestic manufacturers have used the competitive environment to develop cutting-edge technologies. BYD, for instance, has pioneered battery innovations, including its Blade battery, which offers improved safety and efficiency. These advancements have allowed Chinese EV brands to compete successfully in international markets, with BYD exporting vehicles to Europe, South America, and Asia. The US missed opportunities. In contrast, the US's protectionist stance in industries like telecommunications and EVs has limited its exposure to global competition. While this approach may protect domestic companies in the short term, it risks fostering complacency and reducing the incentive to innovate. For example, the absence of Huawei in the US smartphone market has deprived consumers of access to affordable, high-quality devices, while also insulating American manufacturers from competition that could drive technological advancements. The lack of competition in the EV market has similar implications. With fewer affordable options available, the transition to electric mobility in the US is progressing more slowly than in China. This not only hinders environmental goals, but also limits the potential for economic growth in the EV sector. Balancing competition and security. The comparison between the US and China highlights the importance of balancing market openness with national interests. While China has reaped the benefits of inviting foreign competition, it has also implemented strategic policies to support its domestic industries. Subsidies for EV manufacturers, investment in infrastructure, and incentives for technological development have enabled Chinese companies to compete on a global scale. For US policymakers, the challenge lies in fostering competition without compromising American interests. The current approach of restricting access to certain Chinese products may protect domestic industries in the short term, but risks limiting innovation and consumer choice in the long run. For example, smartphone market. Allowing controlled access to Chinese smartphone brands could enhance competition, driving down prices and encouraging innovation among domestic manufacturers. Consumers would benefit from a wider range of options, improving overall market efficiency. Electric vehicles. Opening the US market to Chinese EV brands could reduce prices and accelerate the adoption of sustainable transportation. As Chinese manufacturers excel at producing affordable EVs, their presence in the US could make EVs accessible to a broader segment of the population. Ultimately, creating a more competitive market environment requires policies that balance openness with safeguards against unfair trade practices and national security risks. Encouraging collaboration and competition, rather than exclusion, could lead to greater economic benefits for consumers and industries alike. The contrasting approaches to market openness in the United States and China underscore the significance of competition in fostering consumer choice and economic innovation. By inviting foreign competition, China has created a dynamic marketplace where consumers enjoy a wide range of affordable, high-quality products. In contrast, the US has limited access to certain foreign products, reducing competition and contributing to higher prices in key sectors like EVs and smartphones. For American consumers, the lack of competition means paying a premium for products that could be more affordable in a more open market. Policymakers in the US must consider the long-term benefits of fostering competition and re-evaluate restrictive trade policies that may inadvertently harm consumers. By learning from China's example, the US can create a more inclusive and competitive market environment that benefits consumers and industries alike.